The following podcast is not real, but it is really sponsored by Iron Galaxy. Scream like a school kid with Capsule Force, an intergalactic retro anime multiplayer game now available on PS4 and Steam. I demand that you learn more at CapsuleForce.com.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, Arnie Niekamp. If you haven't listened to the podcast before, this is what's going on. A little over a half a year ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King in Chicago into the fantastical world of Foon. It's a little like Narnia or Middle Earth. And luckily, I'm still getting a slight Wi-Fi signal, I think, from the Burger King. And I use that to upload a podcast I record every week here in the tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the world of Foon. And I am joined, as always, by my goon companions.
I am Usidore, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas. The elves know me as Fiang Yalak. The dwarves know me as Zunin and Hookstangis, and I am known in the northeast as Gaswanius Maystar. And I should use all of my power and influence, yea, on this day, to convince you, Arnie Niekamp, to join me on this quest to defeat the Dark Lord. Come on.
And I'm Chunt.
Chunt! Choo-choo! Chunt, the talking badger, shapeshifter. How have you been?
Good. I've just been cooking at home a little bit. I'm just preparing, since it's now, we're into fall, we're into October.
Yeah.
I'm just getting ready for food or fight.
Well, I don't know what is food or fight.
It's a thing in Foon where the kids come around and they knock on your door and they say, food or fight. And you either give them some food you've made or you fight them to the death.
Oh, no.
And the last few years, I've killed a lot of kids, so I feel like I should...
The worst is when you forget to make some food.
And you're like, please don't knock, and then they knock, and you're like, I have to kill you.
A lot of kids.
You try to put the torch out in front of your home, and they come up anyway.
you extinguish the torch, and they still knock, because, and they come in packs, and you're fighting a whole horde of kids.
No.
And it's just a mess.
Chunt, what if instead of fighting these children this year, you set out upon the road with me? Yea, if you turned yourself into a manticore or a hippogriff or some sort of scaled beast, even a bear with a sword, and then join me upon my quest.
Oh, wait, a bear with a sword?
Yes.
So are you suggesting that... So now Chunt is a shapeshifter who changes shapes by whatever animal he has sex with. He turns into that animal.
That's
Are you
correct.
suggesting he has sex with a bear with a sword?
I could also just, sleep with a bear and then pick up a sword.
No, I know, exactly. But there's just something about the way that he... Am I crazy? The way
Yes.
that you...
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
I'm not suggesting he sleep with a bear with a sword. I'm suggesting he sleep with a bear with opposable thumbs.
Fair enough.
Get it together.
Well, you know what? Let's talk to our guest. I was looking around the Vermilion Minotaur, who's around, and you know what? This guy is always over there in the corner. And I'm like, what's...
Oh.
Yeah. So, hey, guy, come on.
Yeah, me?
Yeah, come over here.
For real?
Join us here at our table.
Sit down here at that microphone.
We're going to
Okay.
talk to this guy?
This thing. You can talk into that thing.
Okay, sure, okay.
May
I've seen people do this before. I'm here a lot.
Yeah, we
Me
do
and
this
my
every week.
companions are here a lot, and we see you guys, and...
You seem so engrossed in your own thing that we did not want to bother you tonight. May I purchase you a drink, friend?
that would be... certainly, that'd be great.
A mead?
Yeah, like an NA mead. Is that possible?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Chunt?
I'll take a rainbow bowl, and can we get some mozzarella wands for the table?
Yes. Arnold.
I'm going to have some water. I'm trying to really...
Slim down?
Pull back. I'm going to have maybe a sober October.
I shall return.
All right. So Metamore, we always notice you over there, and sometimes you have people with you, and you all seem to be scheming, like you've got something over there.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, what are you guys planning? What are you doing?
Well, we're actually playing a game. It's a fantasy role-playing game called Offices and Bosses.
Huh.
And the idea is that everyone takes on a role in this fantasy world where you work in an office and try to avoid the boss. The evil boss. There are flying machines and magical gizmos and all sorts of cities of millions of people and buildings that are 10, 20, 100 stories tall.
Could you imagine?
Well,
could you imagine?
Wow.
So you play a character in this?
Yes, I play a character. Yes,
What's her name?
Non-alcoholic mead.
Thank you. I
Rainbow Bowl.
when I'm not office managing is the name of the referee, the office manager. When I'm not office managing, I play a character named Frank Wilson. He is a 15th level HR generalist, split class, office machine, customer service rep.
Frank Wilson.
Frank
wow, that's
Wilson.
kind of a fun. Just kind of rolls off the tongue. It's like a fun.
Frank Wilson.
Yes, it's a fun
Wilson.
fantasy name,
Yeah.
a fun crazy name.
Sounds fun, yes.
Yes.
I
Well, we
mean-
can play if you like. If you want to ever play,
Yeah, I mean, it
roll up some
sounds-
characters and
It's. I mean, it sounds a little less exciting for me.
less exciting.
No, I'm sorry. No, I mean, I'm sure it's great.
Rude.
I like role. I mean, I played a lot of role-playing games
Sure.
when I was in junior high and high school. I haven't in a long time. But
That sounds fun as hell. Let's play.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get this.
okay.
You have
fine.
a job to do. You have to arrive at your job and spend all day doing this one repetitive task over and over in order to get your paycheck. Now, sometimes there'll be these terrible adventures you have to go on. Perhaps the mysterious beast, the Exorox, needs to be serviced, so you must go and find the Exorox. Now, the Exorox is a very dangerous machine, of course, because anything it touches, it can duplicate. Not just what, but perhaps 100. Perhaps 100 copies it can make. And it collate and staple, too.
Oh.
Are you excited yet?
I mean,
to defeat
I'm
the
willing to
Exorox?
play. How about I'm leaving myself open to playing.
Now, I stepped away for a moment, but clearly we're talking about officers and bosses, right?
Oh, certainly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you've played?
I am
Usidore?
familiar with the game, yes.
Yes.
I used to have a character back at the Great Halls of Tarakas.
Okay, what was-
I played with my wizard friends, and we just needed a break from the drudgery of magic. And then we would play officers and bosses, and of course I played John Bastion.
Ah, yes.
I was a marketing manager.
That's great. I think you probably had some great adventures. I'm sure you got to
yes.
use your intelligence and your cunning.
So if we're gonna play, do we need to roll up characters?
Yeah, we
or-
have dice. We roll dice, and there's certain attributes. Strength, which is pretty much doesn't matter. Really, put your lowest into strength.
Okay.
Intelligence, which is important.
Sure.
If you have any kind of collegiate background, your intelligence can go a long way there.
okay.
You also have a Constitution score, which is how much BS you can take.
okay.
I want my character to be named Dan Smith. Is that
Dan
That's
Smith.
great.
Yeah. is that-
Ooh, that's a good fantasy.
I'm Dan Smith.
Well, then you will pick the class of your character, and you could.
I will be a temporary.
Ooh, now temporary is a very interesting class in that you can gain skills from other classes. You could gain some accounting skills. You could gain some HR skills. You could also gain some clerical skills as well.
Can I shorten the title?
Sure, please.
I'll just go as temp.
Temp.
Will you guys still understand what I am?
I think.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I am Dan the temp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, temp stands for temporary.
Yeah.
So there are clerics. You said you could get clerical skills. So there are white knights that are of a religious order.
Well, they're more. Their religion is more filing things. Their religion is imagine this.
Their order is more of order.
Precisely.
I see.
Precisely.
Wait, you said you used to play? Why don't you use the character you used to play? What was the name of the character you used to play?
Well, I used to play as.
Yes. What sort of role playing games
Look,
are there in your world?
in my world, role playing games are more like what the day to day life is here in Foon. So it's exciting for us to be elves or dwarves or heroes or wizards.
How many children died in those games?
Very few. I mean, it was more kind of it was more aspirational.
On point.
Look, I'll play in the spirit of the game. I'll be.
be a bad father. Is that a choice?
No,
Well, you could be a HR. You could be an IT professional.
Sure.
You could be a office machine.
Well, what is an
service
office
rep.
machine?
I think the best way to describe it is imagine a water wheel. We all know what a water wheel.
Sure.
Water wheel. But this water wheel is miniature. It is so small you can barely see it. And this water wheel runs on lightning.
Oh,
Now imagine if you had billions
Skill
upon
light.
billions of lightning-powered water wheels all working together to do a certain job. That's how these
incredible. It sounds amazing.
work. That's how these gizmos
Would you do you mind if I take a look through your machine manual here?
Oh, please.
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you.
Ooh, what edition of the machine manual is it?
This is edition 4.
Oh, wow.
I have the office manager's guide as well as the employee handbook.
Sure.
You can also go through.
Can I be the boss?
Yeah.
Well, most bosses are evil, but if you perhaps want to be a fallen boss,
then that's
a fallen
apropos.
boss.
Then that's absolutely
A fallen
apropos.
boss?
Yeah, or maybe the child, you have boss blood inside of you. And
Okay.
It could be a fun backstory.
Yeah.
Fun backstory.
Can I be the boss's son?
Oh, I love it. And you have to come to the office.
Yeah. I'll be a boss's son class, and I guess my character's name will be Ryan DiGiorgi.
That's great. I think
Make a more realistic name.
I like this adding machine that has the handle that you pull down. That looks fun.
What does the handle do?
I don't know.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a quick break? We'll refresh our drinks and
roll up some characters.
Yeah,
and start
we'll roll
the
up our
adventure.
characters, and we'll come back and we'll play a game of what is it called again?
Offices and bosses.
Offices and bosses.
An office is a place where you work.
Oh, yeah.
You see, and the boss is the person who tells you.
Sure.
If you are in love, then you should tell him. Don't keep nothing inside. You've got your guy, then you should take him somewhere special tonight. And there is one place where the two of you should go, but make sure that you hold him real fast. 'Cause in this one place, on a mountaintop aglow, it is possible that this memory will be your last. Make out point. Can you make it out alive? Make out point. Will you live or will you die? If he makes it, then you know that he's the one. But if he doesn't make it, then I guess the date is done. Make out point. Ooh, make out point. Ooh, make out point.
Fly, you fools! Over to patreon.com/Magic Tavern right now and become a patron of the show. For only $5 a month, you get access to all of our wonderful bonus content and material and ad-free versions of the show.
All right, we're back. We have our characters. Before we get started, just to refresh my memory, what everybody is, I am the boss's son. That's my class, and I have a very low intelligence roll, and my name is Ryan DiGiorgi.
I am John Bastian, and I am a marketing manager.
Usidore, are you doing a voice?
What? Yes, of course I'm doing a voice.
You're really getting into it.
Well, that's how you play the game.
Okay. Yeah, no.
There are actually some people who like to do live-action offices and bosses.
Oh, yes.
And will wear very plainly colored coats and long pants. Not pantaloons, but actually pants that go all the way down past your ankle.
Really?
To your ankle, and actually will act out their characters.
Okay, so Usidore, I'm sorry that I broke you out of your role playing. And who are you again?
I'm John Bastian, and I'm a marketing manager. I went ahead and put a 6th in strength because I'm hoping that will attract another lady in the office, and maybe I'll have some sort of inter-office affair.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Very good. I'm going to be the office manager for this game.
Okay.
The referee, if you will, managing things and taking you through this fantastical voyage.
All right. And Chunt, who are you?
I'm Dan Smith. I'm a temporary. I don't know what I want to do in life yet, so I've taken a position here. I put a lot of my strength into small talk. And my one item that we're allowed to have is a bowl of candy on my desk.
Oh.
So stop on by and have some small talk.
Wow.
Well, let's begin. Let's begin. The three of you find yourselves in the break room. This is a room of tables and chairs. There is a water cooler in the corner. Imagine a bucket made of glass.
Is the water hot or cold?
Wonderful question. I'm going to roll your die there. It is hot. It is hot.
Wow,
Okay. It's warm. When you're approached by a talkative coworker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to throw my badge at the coworker.
Okay, go ahead and roll your
Throw
die
your
there.
badge.
Oh, okay, all right. They catch it and say, "Oh, you dropped this," and they begin talking quite a bit. And let me see. Oh, they're very annoying conversation, asking you to go to lunch with them, asking you what you're doing, and you're going to take 4 hit points of damage.
Let me see if
Can
I
I
can
look around the room?
Sure, we're in the middle of a melee here.
Oh, sure. Well, I'm just wondering, is there
Classic,
like a restroom or like a water closet?
There
or-
is a door you
some
can
sort of
leave that
refuge.
goes to the hallway. It is the door you entered, but it is the only entrance or exit in the room.
so I can't-
And currently, the talkative coworker is standing in that doorway.
all my strength is in small talk. Should I jump on this
talk
one?
to him, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to this coworker about the weather,
Okay.
but in very general, just a very general manner. Here we go.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw there. Very good. Excellent roll there. They are engaged in your conversation, but find it so general and not specific that their head flies off and the blood flies over the room.
Boom, baby.
You have defeated the talkative
Wow,
coworker.
their head flies off.
Well
Dan
done.
Smith, please.
Well done, Dan
Oh,
Smith. You roll a natural 20, and that's what happens.
Yes,
Amazing things happen.
Dan
Well,
Smith's up with that.
So should we leave the room?
Yes, there's
you may
only
want to.
one-
I'm just going to say this little point of advice here. I shouldn't be doing this as the office manager, but you may want to search the body.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
There's gonna be
let's,
some treasure.
Thank you for helping us out on our first.
Is there any chance we can get in trouble for killing this person?
Trouble? Like,
Like,
Aren't
people-
you the boss?
I'm the boss's son.
Boss's son?
Are we in trouble?
No, I
Then
guess.
shut up.
there we go.
All right.
I would like to search the body.
Great. You search the body and you find, let me see, a pencil of writing. A tablet of writing upon. It's a paper tablet. It is not a machine tablet. And various coins.
Oh, various coins.
Are they Canadian?
Excellent. Yes, one is a cursed Canadian dime.
Oh, Can we only carry so many things, or as much
yes.
loot as
Yes.
possible?
Do you have a backpack or a? You have pockets.
I have a fanny pack.
You do. Well, very good. Yes, you can carry all these things in the fanny pack.
I have a messenger bag and a fedora.
Well, let me see. There is another encounter is about to happen.
Uh-oh.
As you leave, do you leave the break room?
Let's leave. Yeah, let's
You hear a
leave.
strange noise coming from down the hall.
Ooh.
Do you approach this strange noise?
Yeah, let's do
What is who's first in line? What's the marching order?
Why don't we have John go? Actually, would you pass me the mozzarella wands?
The
Great.
wand.
Why don't we have John go first, since
he
Usidore has
has the most
combat,
experience.
Yes.
Yeah, although I mean,
yes.
technically, I probably know a lot about. how
Great.
this
So John's
world
going
works.
first.
I'm going first.
Great. Good. As you approach the room, you hear someone crying.
Stay away.
No, I shall continue to approach.
Could you speak in John's voice?
I shall continue to approach.
Excellent. You continue to approach, and you round the wall of a cubicle, and you see 3 crying employees.
We should avoid this. We should avoid this.
Ooh, they see you immediately.
Oh boy.
They try to, and you're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw to try to
Okay.
avoid being pulled into a conversation with the crying employees.
It's a 3.
Ooh, that's not good. You've been pulled into this conversation. Apparently, they're crying about someone was.
Now, I have a special ability, this charisma ability,
Yes.
since I'm a marketing manager, to charm those around me. Can I use that ability now?
Yes, you may use it once and only once per day. You'd like to use it.
Wonderful. Whatever.
I don't know what the rest of you are
Well,
doing.
no,
with this
I
crying
have a scroll on my scroll. I was just reading here, and it says that as part of my class as the boss's son, I have an ability to. I don't need people to like me.
That could be quite
Perfectly
powerful. I shouldn't
chosen.
say-
Yeah.
That could be quite powerful, but I shouldn't say anything.
So I mean, I could probably just brush them off for us?
But there might be something that we learn.
Here, let me try something. Let me try something.
Okay, they are continuing to cry, and you are taking 3 more hit points from their incredibly...
Let Dan Smith try something. I'm going to find the most attractive of the 3 employees, and I'm going to hit on them. Let's see what that does.
Oh, another natural 20.
Boy.
It's an amazing roll. Let's see. The most attractive of them sees you and decides that maybe life isn't so bad. And the other 2 are like, oh, wow. They stop crying immediately and release John from their grasp.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry not to quibble with the game, but we came across 3 people crying in the office, and the solution was to hit on them, and it worked, and it made everybody feel better?
Have you not been around people?
I would also like to try my ability. Tell a joke.
Very well. If you'd like to tell, you can roll the die there.
I have a 17.
70, well, very good. The joke lands very well. Let me just say this. The 2 of you may have a date tonight. If you
Why
wish to.
are these people crying? What, do we know why they're crying?
That's their thing. They're crying employees, you know.
It just seems like, I'm glad that our strategy worked, but it just seems...
All you're doing is doubting us.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Get into the game.
Learn to play
Let
the
go
game.
of reality and slip into this fantastical world.
I would like to search their desks.
Let me just... A random encounter has happened.
Oh.
You hear a noise coming down the hallway. It is loud. It is raucous. And you look up and you see a boss. A boss is approaching.
Is it my dad?
This is not the highest boss. This is a middle manager boss. He has a secret power of micromanaging.
Oh, boy.
And he will...
Do you...
I already wasted telling a joke.
Here, I'm going to act like I'm working.
Oh, no, he sees right through that fake attempt at working. And you are going to get yelled at. Let me see.
Oh, wait, how about, can I do, talk about the one thing we always talk about? Like, one piece of information about their personal life.
Let me see. Let's give the boss a saving throw. He misses his saving throw to resist your conversation about the one thing you always talk about.
Okay.
Immediately forgets yelling at Temp Smith and is now engaged in this conversation that is just a reiteration of all the conversations you've ever had.
Okay.
Well done. I don't know what the rest of you... Now, this is a golden opportunity while the boss is distracted.
I'm going to call my mom and tell her I'm sorry I forgot her birthday, which was last week.
And the boss is right here.
Not the time for that.
The boss is right here.
Also, that's a personal call.
Again, while this boss is distracted, if anyone had a dagger or a crossbow...
I have a dagger and lunch plans. Which of those would you suggest I use?
Hit him with lunch plans.
I have a laser gun. Do you even know what a laser gun is?
It doesn't matter. Just use it.
Okay,
I'm sure
it's
a collection of small windmills that run on lightning.
Yes.
Yeah, that make a beam.
Minuscule light.
All right, I will use the laser
Go ahead,
gun.
roll that die there.
Okay.
We'll see. Boom! Well done. You
All
hit.
right.
Woo.
We're
Roll for
rolling
damage.
well.
Yes, you have killed the boss.
Okay.
His body falls across the table. Blood spews across the laughing employees. Well done. Well done.
There's no consequences for this.
Well, we're surviving the workday.
Surviving the work.
Okay.
You got to earn your paycheck at the end of the day.
Sure.
I would like... can we examine the boss's body?
Certainly. You can examine the boss's
I'm
body.
going to eat his flesh to try and gain his power.
Well done.
Great.
You're able to eat his flesh and gain some of that power.
There's a new boss in town, baby.
Oh, Dan.
Dan Smith, please.
You do find a mysterious object on the boss's body. It has a magical duomer about it, an aura, if you will. It is a rectangle about 2 inches thick with a door that opens up. It's almost as that if it could fit on your lap. If it could fit perfectly on your lap.
Oh, no, that looks like the thing.
Yeah, it's
that
like
you
my
have.
laptop that we record this podcast into.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it like this?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is.
This is really that thing. This is this exciting magical
Arnold, have
thing.
you been LARPing this entire time?
I am not. This is real. This isn't just a Carnival Wilson prank. This is...
Do you know what LARPing means? It means let's all really pretend.
That's pretty cool.
In Foon, that's what it means.
That's,
Oh, you have
what I would
LARPing?
have. That's
Oh,
pretty much
okay.
what I would have guessed.
Okay.
Is it cursed?
I mean, it's not doing so
Does
hot
it have
anymore.
Oh, is the one in the game cursed? Can we tell?
It is very cursed.
Oh.
It is a lithium-ion battery of exploding.
Oh,
Do something to cool it down, or the battery will overcharge and catch
I
fire.
cast my freeze spell.
Perfect. Let's just roll that. Excellent. Well done.
Wait, what did you use?
My freeze spell. John Bastion has a freeze spell.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
As marketing managers get up in class, they're able to get a few spells as well. So it goes
Great.
along.
I'm going to, I think it might be my turn. I'm going to go ahead and see how long I can pretend to be in the bathroom before anyone notices.
I see.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim for like being in the bathroom for 30 minutes before anybody says anything. Yes.
Well done. Do you know what a bathroom is, Arnie?
Yes, and I only recently
You
found
couldn't
out.
tell.
Yeah. Oh, God, I
Your
need
turn,
to take
your
you
turn.
guys to Earth sometime.
Ryan, your turn.
Oh, I
You say
am-
you take us to Earth sometime?
I mean, when I figure out how to get back to Earth.
Oh, I thought you
I
had.
mean, is Earth like offices and bosses? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where I come from is, I mean, except for a few differences, it's very similar to this game. Like
I would think you'd be better at this game if that's your.
you would
your
think
world.
that I would be better at this game.
So on Earth, if you make small talk about the weather with an employee, their head pops off?
Well, no, I mean that part isn't necessarily.
Oh.
Well, now, how would you defeat a talkative coworker?
You can't. You just have to, you just have to keep taking damage points until you can get away.
Oof.
There's no real there are no victories, is what I'm saying. Like
That's-
it's
I mean,
always just challenge after challenge, and with no real heroic moment. There's no moment that makes you feel excited to keep going. You just have.
Then
just
wouldn't
do.
you like to join me upon my quest and finally feel the great heroism that has eluded you your entire life? Yea, no longer shall you face naught but pointless and endless conversation. You shall rise in glorious battle and become the great hero.
Dan Smith
You are
grabs
born
the
to be.
dagger and he attempts to stab Ryan DiGiorgi in the face.
No, come on.
20.
Oh,
You do. I'm sorry. This happens sometimes. So your character has died.
Bye-bye.
In the office. They have been fired. You have to
But my dad.
clean out your desk and talk to HR.
Oh,
on your way
do we
out.
get to loot his desk?
Yes, you get to loot his desk. You're an excellent player. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it, Mitchie. Again, I've been here a lot. Me and my friends have been sitting in the corner watching you guys do your thing. I
Yes.
hear about your quest a lot. And,
Yes, yes.
I've always, I'm not the... People have called me scrollish. I wear glasses and, and
right.
not a real physical presence. But, if you need a caddy or anything, I
No.
Oh, Metamore wants to join you.
Metamore, I would gladly accept you upon my quest. You can be...
Really?
Yes. Consider
Seriously?
yourself apprentice to Usidore.
Outstanding. Oh, wow. That's great.
Yes.
This is
Wonderful.
a dream come true. I've, because I do some abacus programming, just to
Yes.
make ends meet.
Yes,
And
yes.
I don't like it very much, but I'm good at it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how often we need that sort of thing on a quest, though.
Well, sincerely?
Yeah, yes, all sorts of
Yeah.
problems to solve and puzzles.
So, Metamore, maybe it's time for you to stop living in this, I guess, fantastical world of offices and bosses. And
Offices and bosses.
Oh, I miss John Bastion.
Offices and bosses.
and become, have an adventure in the real world.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would like to. It sounds fun, but
We need
How long is
a
the
hard
trek?
commitment. Look, I'm going to use the language.
I sweat a lot.
I'm going to use the language of offices and bosses.
Okay.
I need a let's take this conversation offline,
Okay.
and I need a hard commitment from you.
Okay.
We're going to write up a contract.
Okay.
And, we're going to try you out, and, this could really be a real work opportunity for you.
Wow. Well, that's, I don't want to let you down. I think that, we all have to, we don't know when opportunities will rise. We need to be prepared when they do arise. And I once saw a picture of an eagle, and below it said, courage.
Sure.
And,
Was it a great eagle or a regular eagle?
it was...
Because I've been one of those.
It was a regular eagle.
Okay.
Okay. But it was flying over a volcano. It was a courage. And it said, if you're not brave enough to fly over the volcano, who is?
Yeah.
Well, I'm if you would have me, Usidore, I would...
Metamore, I insist. Now we have you, Pimberly Nimblebottom, and of course, Tom Blaine Belleroth.
Who's...
And maybe someone else.
You.
Me, Usidore the Blue.
Well, Metamore, thank you so much for showing us how to play Offices and Bosses.
Well, it's been great having you guys, and I'll probably see more of you.
Yes,
Usidore,
and I shall see you in the Vermilion Minotaur, and as soon as we have gathered enough strong men, women, and creatures, we shall set out upon our quest.
I love it. I can't wait. And again, most people ask me to not bother them here at the Vermilion Minotaur. We usually play our games, and people...
Feel free to bother us anytime.
Well,
Anytime.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll just I'll lurk. Maybe I'll just kind of hover behind you or
good.
something. I'll just hover awkwardly, and then...
Metamore, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Until we go on a quest, would it be possible for me to join your game?
Yeah, anytime, man. We can,
I mean, it does seem... I'm
the
sorry to
campaign.
join this whisper circle here, but...
I was trying to have a private...
I know, but it seems like they always play the game the same time that we do this podcast.
Yeah, well...
we actually have this big adventure to get the Q4 numbers in before the end of the fiscal year, and we could really use your marketing manager.
I'd love to play too. Is it possible? Would you can we borrow your equipment and we could do like a Bosses and Offices podcast?
I think we could probably do that. I mean,
That'd be amazing.
You guys are here at the same time.
Because you're so fun and this has been a blast.
This podcast is important.
What do you say?
information for the people of Earth.
How?
Well, the people of Earth need to know that there are multiple dimensions.
But this is so boring. This is tedious. Offices and Bosses is exciting. It's the first time I felt alive.
I think you're getting addicted.
I
to
felt like I
Offices
was
and Bosses.
doing something. I felt like I was transported.
Chunt, don't forget who you are. You're not Dan Smith.
I'm a shapeshifter.
That's pretty cool. It's slightly gross.
Dan Smith, please.
It's really fun to talk like this.
Yeah, this is great.
It sounds super weird.
Maybe
but
I'll
it's
give
really
myself
fun.
like a crack in my voice. I'm Dan Smith, and I'm a temporary.
Oh, I
this
love
is
it.
fun. This is fun.
You know what? I'm going to read an email. You guys can do whatever you want. As always, you can send emails to us at magictavern@puppies.supplies. It's a real email address. I know it doesn't sound like it. Let's see here. One I got. Hello to Arnie, Usidore, and Chunt. I have a question for Arnie.
Hello.
You have said before many times that you have a wife and newborn child. I was curious, were you working a job? Oh, this is very relevant. Were you working a job before you fell through the portal to Foon? Now that you're gone, how do you think your wife will make ends meet? Yeah, I did have a job. I worked for a video game company called Jackbox Games.
You had a job.
Yeah, I had a job.
You have an office and a boss.
I had an office and a boss. It was very similar to this, except there was less dying. And if you flirted with someone that was crying, it was generally not a good thing.
That doesn't sound right.
And my wife, let's see. I am actually worried about my wife making ends meet. Or were you more of a stay-at-home dad? No, I was not. If that's the case, who do you think will be taking care of your child while your wife works? Does she...
Her new husband.
Does she make enough to hire full-time help? No, actually. I mean, we, like many people with a new child, we were kind of just, struggling to get by, paycheck to paycheck, and I do worry how she's doing.
In Office and Bosses, you can qualify for extended time off, and there is workers' comp and whatnot. Perhaps, I don't know if in your world...
What kind of life insurance stuff do they have in Office and Bosses?
Oh, it's fully. There's a whole supplementary book just about life insurance, double indemnity, and all sorts of things.
What happens if you just disappear? Do you get your life insurance if there's no body?
Well, there's a court of inquiry. You've got to roll for that.
I have an email here. This is from Paula DiCanini. This says, hello from California. Hello, Chunt. I'm so excited to hear about you and Usidore's new restaurant enterprise. I am a bit of a foodie? A foodie?
A foodie.
I thought maybe she meant to say foodie.
Yeah, people that are into food on Earth are called foodies.
Gotcha, because we have foonies, and that's people who just love foon. She says, until I can get to foon to go to your restaurant, have you guys thought of publishing a cookbook? Wow. Maybe if I know Usidore loves to talk in his chef cadence.
I know that if you would care to hear some recipes that Usidore's working on, I often post them at Usidore the Blue on Twitter. At least once a week, I put one of my delicious recipes out there for you to enjoy.
And you can also email me at dansmith@gmail.com. That's Dan Smith with 12 H's.
I don't think that email addresses get that long.
Oh, well, I have it, so I don't know what the problem is.
All right.
That's Dan Smith with 12 H's at gmail.com.
All right. So thanks. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all our listeners. If you listen to us via iTunes, please write us a nice review and give us some stars. It's a great way for more people to hear about the podcast, and then I guess to eventually hear about whatever podcast you guys are working on about offices and bosses.
I'm going to roll to see if John Bastian will tell his joke that he told to the boss.
Oh, I want to hear the joke.
Oh, I got a 20.
Oh, boy. We'll have to laugh.
These two firemen are having sex in a room full of smoke.
Can't wait to hear the rest of this joke.
And the fire chief comes in and goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing here? There's a fire. What are you doing?" He goes, "Sir, this man was dying of smoke inhalation." One of the gentlemen, and he goes, "Why don't you give him mouth to mouth?" And he goes, "I did. How do you think this got started?" Classic office joke.
I love John Bastian.
He sounds weird.
Well, I did not understand any of that, and believe me, I have a lot of patience for sloppy narrative. What even is reality anymore? Certainly not this. This is all made up, and I'm not just saying that to distract from my own morally ambiguous agenda for the entirety of the multiverse. What am I talking about? Don't worry about it. Usidore the Blue was played by Matt Young, with breath control for days. Chunt the Talking Badger was played by Adal Rifai, with all the nuance and complexity of a grown man sitting in a chair. Metamore was played by special guest Bill Arnett. Bill runs the Chicago Improv Studio, the city's finest artisanal, stage-focused improv training center with performances every Thursday evening at the Bug House Theater. Don't believe me? Your doubt tires me, but you can check out more at chicagoimprovstudio.com. Glenn Miller, Spants, and Spindella were played by Nick Gage, Meridith Stepien, and Jamie Burns. Hello from the Magic Tavern is produced by Arnie Niekamp, Evan Jacover, and Ryan DiGiorgi. Edited by Ryan DiGiorgi. Music by Andy Poland. Hello from the Magic Tavern logo by Allard Laban. Learn more about the show and see for yourself how it's not real because it's fake at hellofromthemagictavern.com or follow us on Twitter at Magic Tavern. Get all kinds of behind-the-scenes dirt on the podcast at the Hello from the Magic Tavern Facebook page. Have I ever mentioned that you can buy assorted Magic Tavern shirts at magictavern.annarbortees.com? I have? Well, remember back to that time. It probably sounds a lot like now. All of this complicated self-referential circle nerdery was brought to you by Iron Galaxy, with help from the Chicago Podcast Co-op. Learn more about Iron Galaxy's Capsule Force at capsuleforce.com and the Chicago Podcast Co-op at chicagopodcastcoop.com.
Hey, thank you for listening to Hello from the Magic Tavern. A great way to support the podcast is to join our Patreon. You'll get ad-free versions of our entire back catalog, including all the Magic Tavern spin-offs like Offices and Bosses, Ion Spin, Tax, Shadow, Sit. There are a lot of them. There are 2 new exclusive bonus episodes every month, Discord, all kinds of stuff. To get more information, go to patreon.com/Magic Tavern. That's patreon.com/Magic Tavern.